Well, good morning, and yeah, it is the day. It is travel day back home to Ireland. I'm actually on the move. I'm not bothered sort of setting this up as I've literally packed everything up. So, I'll just show you the old room. So, look at it. Everything's all packed up, ready to go. My cases are all here. I've got to weigh this case because I do think it's very heavy. So there's a weighing scale at the reception, so I'm going to try it out, but I think that might be overweight. And this is pretty rammed as well. So I'm not going to lie, it is, as you can imagine, super sad. Like, it is legitimately very sad. Me and Michael are on transit today, but it is so sad. Like, I am really quite deflated by it. I'm at that point now with it though where I think I've accepted that I am going, so now it's just the practicalities of the flight and the practicalities of getting back and the practicalities of all that sort of thing. So it's the little things like going, right, I've got to get Terminal B, I've got to get here, I've got to get there. I'm going to get to the airport a bit early, so my flight leaves at 12:45. I want to get to the airport for at least sort of 9:30, 10 the latest. When I try to check in through American Airlines, it asks me to actually have to verify my passport and stuff at the check-in kiosk desk, so I just think it might take a bit longer, so I'm just going to give myself a little bit extra time to just get through and all that stuff. But yeah, this is it. You're looking out today and you see people going off to the parks and all that sort of stuff. I haven't had breakfast or anything yet, so I don't know whether we're going to have the buffet breakfast here or might have something in the airport. I might just have something in the airport because I don't know if I can face up the buffet breakfast again, and might just give something different a go in the airport, just see what's there and see what the vibe is. And it's sad to say goodbye to the hotel room. Like, again, this is like been my home for the last 12 nights. I'll do a quick overview of the hotel actually in general because I think it's good to maybe go through this. Rosen Inn in Pointe Orlando is the hotel that I stayed in, and generally I'd stay here again. 100%. This hotel had everything. It's reasonably priced. It's a budget hotel, so it doesn't cost that much. There's no hotel fees either, or resort fees they're called. So some place you go, they'll have resort fees. You have to pay like an extra tax on top because it's a resort. They don't do it at the Rosen Inn. So what you pay is what you pay. When you check in, they do take your credit card on file just in case you damage anything. Hopefully I haven't, so I think I'll be fine. But this hotel's brilliant. It has 3 pools, it has a gift shop, it has a 24-hour convenience store, which has been so handy. It has 2 restaurants, it has 1 bar/restaurant, then it has 1 buffet breakfast and buffet dinner restaurant that serves dinners 4 nights a week for buffets, all different styles. They had an Italian, soul food, classic foods, and I think Caribbean. I think those are the 4 themes. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll double check when I go back down. The staff have been really nice. They've been anything. They've all been so nice and so good. It's just been a really good, it's a really good hotel. So if you are like looking, especially if you're looking at Love Holidays in particular, and you just come across Orlando, Rosen Inn Pointe Orlando, definitely book it and also watch the videos, so you can sort of see what the hotel's like. I sort of include the hotel a fair bit throughout my stay, so you can sort of piece together what it's like in general. But yeah, generally bring a hotel. Like, I can't recommend it enough, and if I come back, I'm definitely coming back here because it's just so convenient. It's a bit out of the way in terms if you want to walk down to National Drive. Like, there are things around me and things around us, but it's not a great variety. Like, I think if you stayed at Rosen Inn International, you have more sort of shops and restaurants around you, which, because it's nearer to Icon Park, so you have more things around you. But here we're just sort of near the end of the street, so there's a bit less. But also it's super convenient here because getting to Universal, like, let's talk about Ubers quickly. So I got lifts mainly throughout this whole stay. Bar from the airport where I got an Uber, every other time I've done a lift. And I would say if you stay at the Rosen Inn Pointe Orlando, the cost to get to the parks for lifts and Ubers vary. So to get a lift from here to Universal, so any of the Universal parks, because it's quite close to Universal, obviously International Drive and all this stuff, it cost me anywhere between $7 to $10. I never paid more than $10 for a trip, and the least I paid was about $7. So you're looking at $7 to $10, right? So you could be looking at the most expensive you could look at to go from this hotel to Universal. The cheap, you're looking really for a round trip, it's $14 to $20. That's what you're looking for, which is banging deal, I think. Now, to go to Disney World, that again varied heavy in price, and I would say it varied anywhere between 15 to 20. So again, to go from Rosen Inn Pointe Orlando on the International Drive to Disney World through Lyft, it cost me anywhere between $30 to $40 for a round trip, which I think was quite reasonably quite cost effective. I thought they were actually quite good deals. And then just again getting anywhere around International Drive or the towns cost me like $5, $6, $7. So yeah, I highly recommend staying in this hotel. You know, Rosen Inn. If you are looking, Rosen Inn Pointe Orlando is definitely worth it because it has everything you want. Because also as well, like if you're coming to Orlando, you're probably going to spend most of your time in the parks anyway. But if you do want to have a bit of time at the hotel, this is perfect for it. It's reasonable, it has a pool, everything's nice, you're sort of left alone. There's not too, like it's not too intimidating what they have, but I could very easily spend a day here at this hotel, easy. And I think I did on the Friday. I definitely spent most day in the hotel on Friday. You know, you can just chill by the pool during the day. You can go and have lunch in the restaurant. You can then go chill by the pool again. There's just enough to do here to warrant staying here, sort of thing. So yeah, it's brilliant. Great hotel, generally. Really, really good. And, you know, the rooms are really great as well. It has everything you want. The lights can be a bit dim sometimes, but that didn't really bother me that much. You know, you obviously have you have a little desk here, you have a TV, you have your safe which is handy. Like all of the lamps come with obviously like plugs here which were handy. This was super handy because it had the USB plug. I used this mainly. And then, you know, it had an ironing board as well, which I used once to iron some shirts. That iron was actually very good as well. It has obviously the microwave, it has the fridge, and then obviously it has the whole bathroom set up with a shower and bath with really good water pressure. So yeah, just a great hotel. Like really, 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 really would just recommend this hotel to anybody. Like really good. So I think I've talked enough about the Rosen Inn Pointe Orlando now. Like, you know, just in summary, it's a great place to stay. So I better finish packing up, make sure everything's all sorted, and then I'll head down to reception and check out. Okay, so I've just been charged the camera. So while charging the camera, I had a bit of time, so I thought I'll go and weigh my big case to see what the weight of it is. Now, bear in mind, when I flew out here, that case there, the big case, was 15 kilograms. The little case there was 5 kilograms. Over my 2 cases, I bought 20 kilograms worth of stuff, right, with me. And I was like, perfect, I have enough to play about with. I've just gone to weigh the big case now, and it come to just under 23 kilograms. And I was like, oh no, because the thing is, on my Love Holiday booking, it says I'm only allowed 20 kilograms. So I then got back, tried to rearrange my bags in a way, physically couldn't. I don't know what the weight of that is. That feels quite light, but I can't shove anything else in there because it's just too full up. I've Googled everywhere else though, and even on American Airlines website, it says it comes standard as 23 kilograms. So I don't know whether like Love Holidays have just advertised it wrong or whatever, but I'm gonna just take the case as 23 kilograms and pray that they let it through, because I don't think I can get 3 kilograms of stuff from there to there. Like, I think I have the lightsaber, that's probably the weighty bit, but I remember once before, getting a lightsaber through TSA is a nightmare in your check-ins, so the lightsaber has to go through that. I'm just hoping and praying at this point that it's going to get through fine. Like, anyway, it's almost 9 o'clock. I think I'm going to give it another 10 minutes. I'm going to head down and check out and get my Uber. Goodbye, bathroom. I enjoyed the long showers and soaks I had in you after long intense park days, and when I got really hot, and there was a point I had like 5 showers a day because I was getting so sticky. I will miss you. Goodbye kitchen area where I filmed a lot of the intros and realised the sound wasn't great, so I stopped doing it, but sometimes I did because I forgot. Goodbye fridge, you were great for storing alcohol mainly. Goodbye microwave, I never used you, but I always had you in mind. Goodbye bed, thanks for everything. Goodbye bed I never used but basically dumped stuff on, appreciate you. Goodbye chair, which basically ended up being my dirty laundry chair. I appreciate you. You, I appreciate the most. Aircon, honestly, lifesaver. Appreciate you the most. Thank you so much. Goodbye desk, where I sometimes had food and filmed outros to vlogs when I remember to do them. Goodbye TV, I never really watched except for once where it was the Big Bang Theory and you had adverts in weird places. I'll miss you as well. Goodbye drawers, which I actually used to store things, and goodbye wardrobe, where you basically held my jacket for 2 weeks. Goodbye ironing board I used once, and you were actually very good in the end, I appreciate you. In general, goodbye room. Let's take it in one last time, shall we? Goodbye room. I liked you. You were great. goodbye room. Thanks for everything. There we go, the final adios to the Rosen Inn Pointe Orlando. The view I used to see every morning for 12 days. There we go. Carry on, you just won't carry on with me. I'm going to film this side, by the way. So you can see obviously here's like the motorway, basically, the highway there. So you can see we're obviously next to a highway, which I'm glad I didn't have one of these rooms in the end. When I checked in, they said you've got a poolside view, is that okay? And I was like, yeah, and I'm so glad I didn't have that roadside view. Bye-bye. So I hear like a wall appreciation, say thank you. I'm not like saying down. Right here. You are great. Right, there we go. So when like 5 minutes when Uber comes, I really never filmed the gift shops, so this is the gift shop. So you have t-shirts out here, that's where I bought my t-shirts. In here you have sun creams, you have flip-flops, you have like pyjama stuff here. Again, I'm being very quick because I do have to. You have like cups and bottles down here, caps over here if you want some hats and caps, mugs, loads of mugs down here as well. If you like mugs, they're all here. More t-shirts here as well. Kind of ranging price, water bottles, soft toys there. More t-shirts down here and hats. Fridge magnets over here if you want some quick fridge magnets. Pool stuff, so if you didn't bring any pool wear, they have pool stuff all here as well in the old gift shop. And also in there as well, I didn't want to film because there was a queue of people, but there's also a coffee station as well. They do like fresh coffee, barista style as well. So yeah, good. And ice cream as well, they serve ice cream. So that's just another thing they do in here, which I finally got shown the very last day. Let's go outside, shall we? Lift is 4 minutes away. Again, this must be the saddest I've ever felt waiting for a lift. Like, I've never felt so sad, being like, oh god, my lift's on the way. Look at that. Just take it all in. So much didn't get to do, so much didn't get to see really, so I'll have to come back and really explore the area a bit better really. I am back in MCO, so I think now it's time to find where I check in. Let's go to check in best B. So, go this way, I'm American. Here we go, American Airlines. Let's go and tag on my bag, pray it's not overweight. Oh, these again like...
Rails. When the gateway stops, please exit to gates 30 through 59.
There we go, we've got through security, very easy actually. I first got directed to the wrong queue, which was the clear queue, because someone said, oh, you're going through clear. I was like, yeah, why not? And then went through it, and then got told to turn back because I was in the wrong queue. Had to go for standard, pretty easy. You have to take your laptop out here and all that sort of stuff, which, fair play to Dublin and UK, you don't have to do that anymore. So it's actually convenient. So this is currently the MCO Terminal 2 old restaurants. So my flight's not till like 12:47, so the time now is currently 10:10. Like, I've got 2.5 hours really. Quite crazy, I got through everything in half an hour really. I'm a bit worried though, because I just remembered as I literally finished checking in my bag, I didn't get charged or anything. The weight thing was fine, like they didn't even say anything about it. But they literally asked me to do it. They said, oh, do you have any batteries or anything in the bag? And I went, no, nothing, you know, didn't have anything, didn't think of it. As I literally said goodbye to my bag, saw it go away, I went, oh no, the lightsaber, like the Savvy Workshop lightsaber has batteries in it. So I quickly Googled to see if you can put the Savvy Workshop lightsaber in the checked bags, and like, they're like, you can, but it could flag up some stuff, so I'm a a bit worried about that now, but here anyway, so let's have a look around. Well, this here is, if you're into Disney influencers in particular who come to Florida, Orlando and all that sort of stuff, like Disney vloggers and Disney influencers and all that stuff, they rave about this carpet. So this is the MCO carpet. It's going to be really quite famous in their eyes because it's like a disgusting, awful looking carpet, but this sort of makes you go, oh, we're now at MCO sort of thing. So I'm just going to have a look. I'm going to have a little look around really, see what's available, because I have 2.5 hours to kill really, so might as well see what there is to offer first of all, because I haven't had any breakfast. Because I knew I'd be hanging around the airport, and I sort of wanted to chill in the room for last sort of moments, so I didn't bother, you know, being desperate. So let's go and find my gate first of all. I think it's 54, so let's have a look at it first, just so I know the way to it. Look at that. It's just so sad I've got to go. Like, it looks gorgeous, like, you know. I don't think I have to watch back the videos really to know, but I don't think I really took it in when I landed, because I think when I landed down MCO, it felt like such a rush to get to the baggage claims, and I don't think I took it all in, because, you know, at this point I've been travelling for, must have been 12 hours really, like probably even more, because if you probably looked at the timers of it, I landed at MCO like 7 p.m, 7:30 I think it was, so that would have been 12:30 in the morning, and obviously I left my hotel when I come down at like, what time did I leave? Must have been like 8 a.m. or something, didn't I? Maybe 7:30, 8 a.m. So yeah, I would have been travelling then for a solid sort of 16 hours. So at that point, I remember just wanting to get to the Uber and get to the hotel and get that stuff sorted. So you don't really take it in the old airport when you land, do you? So I'm going to use this time to sort of have a look. Look, Camden food? How random. Having my flight there anyway. On time. I think I'll just go back up to the food court bit and just try and find something to eat and chill out really. Got me a Wendy's, the breakfast menu. Apparently the dinner menu starts like 11, so maybe I should wait for that, but I fancy something now really, so I'll eat this and just hang around really. So we just landed down in Charlotte. It's currently 2:30. We got here really early actually in the end. We actually got here like I think 30 minutes early. We had to sit on time for about 15 minutes, so we still got off the plane 15 minutes early, which, you know, handy enough. As you can see, it's mad busy, like, look at this. A mad busy airport in it for this sort of stuff. I'm kind of going towards my connecting gate. It's now, my plane's not for another 2.5 hours, so I'm not really under any sort of pressure. There were people next to me on the plane who had connecting flights that were like boarding in 20 minutes of a sit on the plane, so I have no idea how they were going to sort of do that. I can't remember months ago having anxiety because the connecting flight on the way to Orlando was going to be like an hour and 15 and really panicking. And I started to learn with this airport Charlotte that, to be honest with you, it honestly doesn't matter. Like, you can get between your gates very quickly. Like in reality, just look here now, the connecting gates. I'm trying to show you this without trying to bump into somebody, but look, my gate, which is gate D2 where I'm going now, only a 7-minute walk. If you're in gate A, it's the longest one away, it takes 10 minutes to get there. This is just a massive connecting airport, that's all it is. So it's very easy, just one big terminal, and that's all it is. But yeah, the flight, it's actually nicer having the shorter flight first, because I felt on the way here like the short flight was such a pain in the butt, while the short flight was quite nice. I slept through most of it actually. I think I slept through like half the flight, and then the other half I just sort of listened to a podcast and thought, no, I'm here. But now I obviously have the longer version of the flight now, the 8-hour flight overnight, so I'm hoping I can sleep through most of that flight is my sort of goal. But yeah, Charlotte Airport, here it is. This is it actually. You want to have a look around? I might as well, because I've got time to kill. Like, I don't have to be at the gate for another hour, 2 hours really. So it doesn't depart till 5. It doesn't start leaving. The annoying thing is the American Airlines app, I'm going to say, is not very good, and for me it just don't seem to come up. Now I think it's more my phone than the app itself, but it's a bit annoying because they keep pushing it on the plane to go check your American Airlines app and you can find connecting gates and all that sort of stuff. And mine doesn't do it, so I've had to do it the old-fashioned way, just find a screen and, you know, work it out from there. It's a bit of Charlotte, it's a classic. Oh, Chick-fil-A, I'm definitely have Chick-fil-A. I haven't had a Chick-fil-A this whole trip. I'm a little bit hungry, so I might have a Chick-fil-A. Or I might, should tactfully try and wait till like maybe a bit later. Maybe like an hour or so. I might come back up here in an hour or so and go for Chick-fil-A because I haven't had it this whole trip. And I do quite like Chick-fil-A. Yeah, look, so it's just Charlotte Airport, like it is like, you know, basically a big connector. So again, what I find weird about Charlotte is they do it all. I think I might have shown this on the vlog before, but they do it all. Obviously, they don't do it by like chronological. They do it by like place you're going. So like for me, I'm going to Dublin. So I look here, you see Dublin. 5 o'clock thingy. The next flight's Florence underneath, is 7, and above is Detroit 5:20. I find it interesting they do it that way, really. It is a bit handy because at least you're not going through times and trying to work out. You go straight to your letter and you do it. So I guess it kind of makes sense, but it is just weird. So yeah, like these are the gates. This is gate A. These are the B gates. So this is like obviously down here is a central hub, really, of Charlotte. Food court here, sort of thing. Cinnabon there. I will say about this airport, obviously you can see if I can kind of show you it here. See there, all American airline planes, because this airport is just for American Airlines, which is quite crazy. A whole big airport like this just for one airline company. I think a couple more do fly in, but generally it's just American Airlines. Look at it, let's see. More fast food, Papa John's, Jersey Milk. Never heard of it, but maybe it's good. Dunkin' Donut there. It's the gate I'm going through, D&E. So, quite liking this time of Charlotte, because last time I didn't really feel like, obviously last time I sort of travelled for 8 hours and I just didn't really want to do anything, and I was always under pressure about the connecting flight. This time around I'm just a bit more, you know, a bit more relaxed about the whole thing. So you can see even here, gate D is a 5-minute walk, gate E is 11-minute walk. So I presumably landed where I landed there, which is gate C. Like, you know, the walking distance probably isn't even the distance, it's probably like, you know, realistically it's an expectation of it, like it's if you're a slow walker. Because even here, look again, the gates have updated and it's 4 minutes and 10. Now it's only been 30 seconds on my camera and I've not been walking very fast either. I've been walking and talking on the camera, so you know, I reckon in all seriousness, if you had a connecting flight about an hour, I think you're fine. Generally I don't think you'd have an issue. Like if my original flight stayed as it did for an hour and 15, I think that would have been actually quite perfect. And I would have got to Orlando a lot sooner, and I think it would have actually worked out great for me. So, but at least you know now, if you ever do a connecting flight for Charlotte, you know it's very easy. Very easy to do. Wait. Here we go. Flight, so gate E is down that way, and gate D is down here. I can't remember, I think it was B last time when I flew in, if I remember rightly, because I think we stay in the same sort of area. I don't think I had any different gates, remember rightly, when I flew in from Dublin. I'm pretty sure I landed on gate B if I remember rightly. I actually can't remember. I know we had to change the gates because our thing wasn't ready. Or was the thing? No, that's the thing with the Charlotte flights actually. The Charlotte flights do seem to be, oh no. I think this is the same area, isn't it? No, it's not, no. No, it's not. So D2 finally, and even at this point is not even showing the Dublin flight. So again, it's 2.5 hours away. I don't think he'll show it yet. So I have a fair bit of time to kill, really. So I think I might go up and I think I might chill out for a bit, have a look around a bit more, and then go do Chick-fil-A, I think. So I've just been to the shop and bought some sweeties for the old journey. I've got here some M&M caramels, which I fell in love with thanks to that trick or treat trail. Got the old Haribo snakes because I love these. I also got a pack of Jolly Ranchers, one for me, one for my dad as another part of the gift. I had the leftover Lay's crisps from before as well. Truthfully, 4 sweets come to $30, which, you know, airports. But what I love about the airport here, and I just absolutely love it, they didn't ask me for boarding pass. They just trusted that I'm here, getting a flight, and this is why I'm buying very expensive food, right? Which, fair play, well done airport, because I'm getting sick of this whole entire asking me for boarding passes in England and Ireland. Why do you ask for my boarding pass? You don't need my boarding pass. We've been through this on the day one. We went for this rant on travel day. I'm having it again on travel day. Stop asking me for my boarding pass. You don't need it. I've got through security. They've checked I have a boarding pass before. You don't need to now ask me for boarding pass. Like,
Check right you're ready to go.
so coming land down in Charlotte, actually super handy because we landed down 45 minutes early. So originally the plan was to land at 5. They pushed it back at the gate before we boarded to 5:30. And then when we got on the plane, they were like, oh no, we'll get there at 4:45. So we landed just before 4:45. So I was like, oh, brilliant. If I could get off and if it all goes to plan, I could probably get at 6 o'clock. So then anyway, got off the plane, walked straight to the baggage area. Bags already started unloading, thought brilliant. Then at about 5:20, got my bags. And now I can now get the 6 o'clock bus so I can get back to where I live at 10 o'clock, which is super handy. I can get back home now for 10 rather than 1 o'clock, which was my original plan, because I thought I'd have to get the 9 o'clock bus, or I'd have to get a bus to go and get a train, get the 7 o'clock train, but I can just get the bus from here. I've currently only got about 1 hour's sleep on the plane, so I'm actually not that tired, surprisingly. I thought I'd be knackered at this point, but I'm not, so I'm going to grab a quick Monster, I think, and then I'm going to go down to the bus stop and try and get the 6 o'clock bus. Look at that. Pure darkness. Come back and it's suddenly, what is it, 5:30 I think it is? Yeah. It's weird to come back to the airport, isn't it? Especially when you left, because last time I was here it was all like giddy excitement. I remember going down like that route there to go to my bus, the Premier Inn, and all exciting, all that stuff, and now you're just back. But saying that though, when you do come back, like, once you sort of land and you're in your home airport, you know, you kind of do just have that mission to get home now in it. And I feel that now, like, my thing is like, I've had the Orlando holiday, I've grieved the Orlando holiday, now it's just, let's just get me home sort of thing. So the sooner I can get home the better now, which is handy, because I think I'll be able to get home at 10 o'clock, which is dead handy. We are back where we started at the beginning of the series, in my room, getting ready for the trip. As you can tell, in the classic Ryan style of this trip, in the classic Orlando 2025 vlog series, this outro is filmed a little bit later. To be exact, 7 months later. It's currently 2026, but you know, I just forgot to do an outro. So truthfully, and as you listen, as you can tell, I look a bit different. Few things. First of all, I'm got different hair and I'm growing it out, and I'm in that awkward growing period where I don't know what's going on with it, right? But I'm trying to grow it out. And I'm also wearing this shirt here. This is a shirt I bought in Portugal before I went to Orlando, like a few months prior. Plan was to wear this shirt in Disneyland, and I just wimped out. Like, I never wore it in the end because I was scared that like Mickey Mouse might come and beat me up or something. But yeah, but no, here we are. Yeah, we're a good few months later, and that's the end of the series. Listen, I forgot to record an outro because I remember I was severely jet lagged. When I last left you in the video, I was getting the bus back to where I live. I was going to get back at 10 a.m. I got back at 10 a.m, got picked up from the bus station, was planning to stay awake all day to try and beat the jet lag, you know, because they say don't go to bed until 10 p.m. to get your body clock back to normal. I stayed up, I fell asleep at 1 p.m, I slept through till 9. And then that was it. And I think I was jet lagged for like a good 5 days in the end. Like, I was very badly jet lagged. I do suffer from bad jet lag though. yeah, and just like that, that was a travel home day. And do you know what? It was really easy. It was actually really quite nice, and it was lovely. And I think I mentioned it in the video anyway, but it was lovely to do the short trip first and then the long trip, because that really made the day go quicker, and it was just brilliant. Yeah, so this is the end of the series, really. There's nothing else really to say except for thank you. Like, if you've got this far and you've watched the whole series, thank you so much for watching the series. Like, generally, a lot of YouTubers say this when they start uploading the videos and go, oh my god, I'm blown away with the reaction. But I am actually quite blown away by it. I've got more views than I thought I would for this series. You know, listen, the videos aren't in the thousands or anything like that, like some of the other influencers who do it, or I'm not an influencer, right? Look at me, I'm not influencing nothing, right? When I first started doing the series, I got to the point when I was doing it and I was like, if 10 people watched the first few videos and then the videos just sort of peter out, I'd be okay with that. But the fact that I think right now as we speak, it's currently like May 2026, I think we're up to nearly 2,000 views throughout the series. Like, that's just great to me, because in the day, like, you're just watching me on holiday in Orlando, just walking around trying to work things out for the first time. You know, I've got some great comments, people watching along, people enjoying it, people interacting with it. Not just people I know as well, like people I don't know. So thank you so much for watching. There's going to be more. Like, this is the thing I'm going to do, and this is something I didn't do this much throughout the series, but I'm going to do it now. I've really enjoyed doing this. I've enjoyed vlogging my trip. I've enjoyed taking you along with me. And I will be doing more of these, right? Even with now, the Orlando series is finished, the vlogs, but there are going to be more videos to do with my trip to Orlando in 2025. I'm going to do a budget video where you're going to see how much I spent, and I'm going to be very open. I'm going to do a full video. I'm just going to be fully transparent about my whole experience in a big overall arc. Because I mention it a lot in the videos how I felt day by day, but I'm, you know, 7 or 8 months later, I'm going to reflect on the whole thing. I'm also just going to do other videos. Like, listen, I am going to go back to Orlando at some point. I am going to go to other places. And if I go by myself on solo trips, which I do quite a fair bit, I will be taking you along with me. And you can just join me for the ride. If you want to see more videos from me, if you want to follow me more on my trips, the best way to find that out is to subscribe to this channel. Obviously, as soon as I upload, you will see it. I'll put in YouTube posts if I do plan to upload a video, just so you're aware as well. And yeah, that's going to be it. So all I can say at this point is thank you so much for watching the series. Thank you for your correspondence. And I will see you all really soon for my next big trip. So I'll quickly show you this, a little bonus ending here. You can see the background of all the things I have, and obviously a few of the things that you saw me buy throughout the series has ended up on the shelf. So let's have a look at a few of them. So there's the Galaxy Edge lightsaber in its prime place. There's a few of the kyber crystals there. And then there's the wand there that I bought from the studios. Plus, look, the little ice cream thing I ate as well. There's other various things lurking around as well.